Hello, Questers around the world. Welcome to our last live podcast for 2023. I hope all of you have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year coming up in 2024. And from Canada, up there in Canada, is Judy. Hello, Judy.
Hello, John. Hi, everybody. It's good to be here, as always. I think we're going to have a good show tonight.
Yep, a lot of information coming through. Hope everybody
Well, there seems to be,
John. Say hello to the people now that are checking in. Hello, Gloria. And to our new member, I thank Sideways for coming in and being a member, Sideways 24. Thank you so much. Hello, Neil. Hello, Jeff. There's Sandollar. There's the professor. And Curtis. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We got a lot of thank yous. This is the end of the season for the podcast. So usually towards the end, I used to do it maybe every 3 or 4 months. And what we're going to do is go over some figures that the group and YouTube hit as far as views and who's watching us. And I thought that would be interesting for people to learn. Judy, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, I think so, John. I always look forward to it. We know where we stand, and it's good for people to know that we do have a lot of members.
Yep. Hello, Judy Neal. Hello, Robot. Let me look on the Facebook side because somebody still doesn't come over to the YouTube side, because underneath that title in Facebook, it says, please grant StreamYard permission to see your name at StreamYard.com/Facebook. That's all they do is take your name and your profile picture. So like tonight for the last drawing for 2023 for a hat, put in hashtag hat if you've not won one yet, and I'll send it to you wherever you are around the world. And send me your information to questofoakisland@AOL.com, and we'll get it out to you as soon as I can through this Christmas rush. Cindy can hear us, and Cindy can see me. So, Judy, we're all set to go.
We're legit.
We're legit to go. All right, I got to get all my thank yous in. Hello, Patricia. How are you? Hello, Franklin. And like I said, I thank Sideways and Betty, who just joined this week. I thank them so much. Every little bit helps. And here we go. I want to thank Sideways, Betty, Dave, Jupiter, Carol, Super, Sandra, Mark, Becky, Wayne, Alina, Nelson, Paul, Carol, Virginia, Gary, Rebecca, Barbara, Starlene, Jeff M., Sandollar, and Roxy for the continued support on being a paid member on the YouTube membership site. There's going to be a lot of information going on there. If you're a Marshall or above, I'll be posting at least 12 hours to 24 hours before it goes public, that you guys will see whatever I'm going to post on YouTube, at least 24 hours and maybe 12 hours is most important, that you'll see it first as being a paid member. I mean, usually the drones, you guys see first, but since now our buddy Muyan doesn't come around until next spring, I hope that you would see the drone video sometimes 10, 12 days before I did it public, Judy.
Yeah, so there is your advantage, guys. You get it before I do.
Right, and you get discounts on sweatshirts, shirts, polos. If we get them, the polos, shirts, but we don't get enough to get a discount. So that's why I put it out there sometimes. And also, hello, Ashley. Hello, Carol. Also, I want to tell Judy live for the whole year, 2023. Thank you so much for another great year, Judy.
You're welcome, John. It has been a good year, and I've loved every minute of it.
And for the professor, Daniel Spino, what can I say? With all his facts and research, and now with Charlotte, I thank him also for a great year of 2023. Hello, Stacy. How are you? I also got to thank my moderators, Tammy, Judy, Daniel, Starlene, Kathy, and Tanya from Portugal for a great 2023. Also here on the YouTube side, the sheriffs are in town. Jeff M. and Gloria, I thank you so much for a great 2023, guys. Of course, I got to thank my main members from the Quest of Oak Island Facebook group. They're just the best, and YouTube is getting real close to being the best of the best. So we're live right now to Facebook and YouTube, and I download later to Twitter and other platforms, include sometimes Discord, Instagram, and Spotify. I thank them people so much, Judy, for a successful 2023. For us, only doing one show is unbelievable. You know what I mean? They say, well, how far can you go just with one show? Well, I proved it to the world that one show, and you get the right amount of members and the cooperation from everybody, you can do a lot of positive things, Judy. What do you think?
I agree, John. We have gone a long way, and we've met some great people along the way, and I'm thankful for that.
And the hook is in the house. Tammy, hello. Tammy Hurst. I thank them so much for coming in. And also go see Daniel and Charlotte's blog. I support them 1,000%. Me and Raymond. That's an inside joke with Raymond, our UK AI guy. Hello, Scottish. Thanks for coming in. And there they are. And they keep on asking me, Judy, who's this Daniel Spino and Charlotte Wheatley?
You mean they don't know by now?
Well, they don't know what they look like. A lot of things that I show on my show is I want them to present themselves. So Daniel said he'll come on live. So, when that day comes, there'll be a lot of questions for that man. You know what I mean, Judy?
You got it, and I hope it's this coming year. Do you hear me, Daniel?
And there they are, because I'm pushing them pretty good on YouTube. So a lot of people are asking me. So I got to get them online live on my channel at least once. You know what I mean, Judy? So people see them and hear them and ask them questions, and we'll get them on here. I'll just have a big pot of a lasagna, smell-o-vision, coming from the studio to his house in Florida. It'll be the smell-o-vision of lasagna. I'll get them on here, and cannolis.
Yeah, don't forget the cannolis.
Yeah.
Yes, Daniel and Charlotte, please come on this coming year. We sure are looking forward to it.
Yep. I guess Charlotte doesn't have real good interwebs, so we got to make sure everybody has good connections. You know what I mean?
Yes. Daniel says Charlotte is the brains and beauty. I'm the muscle.
I hear you. Of course, I haven't still heard about the 2024 Oak Island tours yet. I mean, already next week, that's about it. So we're going into January, and I haven't heard a peep on that, Judy. When we do, we'll pass it along. If not, see Tony Sampson, get a boat tour, get your reservations in, and tell them Johnny sent you. And again, I hope Muyan Osprey has a great year. He helps us out every summer, and I thank him so much. Now, last night, episode 7 was the Great Flood. Obviously, that was water coming in the garden shaft. January 2nd, when we'll see you pre-show January 2nd after tonight, episode 8 is Avoid at All Costs. Hello, Tommy. January 9th, episode 9 is called Filling Cavities. Episode 10, January 16th, is called Chain Reaction. And January 23rd, episode 11 is called Plugged Up. So maybe they stopped the water, and that's why it's called Plugged Up, Judy. I have no idea.
That sounds like it could be, John. I hope that's what it is.
Ready? And there's the hat, hashtag hat to put in. All right, let's go over some figures from our groups. Judy, are you ready?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, we're 12, 15 minutes in. Our Facebook channel. Right as of today, we got 69,199 members. January 1st to today, we had 1,022 posts. This is not administrators or moderators. This is just the regular members, Judy.
Okay.
We had 23,998 comments. And we had 136,013 reactions. 30, 40. That's a lot of reactions.
Sure is.
Wednesday's our popular day. I wonder why. And the popular time is 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. We got 70% male, 30% female. And that's between the ages of 18 to over 65.
Oof.
The top countries, number 1, USA, number 2, Canada, number 3, UK, number 4, Australia, number 5, South Africa.
Wow.
Cities on the YouTube top 5, Halifax, Melbourne, Australia, Ottawa, Edmonton, and Toronto. So far, from January 1st till today, we still got what, a week or so to go. Hello, Becky. We still got 11 days to go, right, Judy?
Right, yes.
So far, we got
In there somewhere.
626,100 views.
Wow.
We got 5,474 subscribers, which helps us to make YouTube show our videos. That's why subscriptions are important. It's free. Just hit the subscription button. But they go by that to see if your YouTubes are viable. We got over 22,000 watch hours. And we also have over 1,000 videos.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Congratulations, John. You've come a long way from when you started.
Now, the cities for YouTube, even though it said Halifax and Melbourne, Chicago watches us, Judy. New York City, London, Toronto, Dallas, Los Angeles, and Sydney. Unbelievable.
All over the world we are.
Yep. And that, as they pick them apart on city-wise, is 80% male, 20% female. Of course, our Discord, we want to get more people on Discord at 10:30 on Tuesday nights, guys. We got 88 members on Discord. We wish we get about 10 people talking on the phone, so I don't have to keep on looking at text. So we got about 4 or 5 people that are always talking to me. It's only for about 10, 15 minutes. We talk about the show after the show. So I wish more people would join Discord. The link is in the Facebook page group. And I thank you so much for the ones that have joined. And we'll go from there. Now on Spotify, we're really moving on Spotify, Judy.
That's great. That's good to hear.
Now on Spotify that I download our podcast like tonight, we got Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify itself, Google Podcast, Picketcast, and also I laughed my butt off on this one. We're on Amazon Alexa. Can you imagine us going over Alexa's speaker?
I can. Wow, that is crazy. Well, that's good.
You know, because I talk to my Alexa all the time on spelling or whatever's going on there. So we're on Amazon Alexa. And there on Spotify, you got 60% male, 40% female. We got 41,309 plays, Judy.
Wow, John.
Our average,
that's great.
Yep, our average size, like if I download this tonight, is 350 people. And of course, a lot of them don't follow, but 163 follow us. And we got 10,158 impressions on the Spotify all around the world. Unbelievable.
Oh, it is.
And
beautiful.
Yep, YouTube's my big thing. Spotify's my big thing. Twitter, we got about 68 followers, but it's good to get your information around. And we're gaining on Instagram. I got about 150 followers, but that seems to be moving up itself. Unbelievable, guys. So that was our numbers for 2023. I don't hold nothing back. I don't hide my numbers. There they are. And we're doing fantastic for being on for doing this for 11 years. Imagine in 2024, it'll be 12 years. Holy Muyan Lordy 40, Judy.
Yeah, a lot of years, John, and still going strong.
All right. I just got one question on last night's show, and then we'll get into Judy's synopsis. So make sure she's liquored up and watered up for when she does her synopsis. Tell me if you can see this, you guys. This is the Muyan overlay, that dot to dot, Michael Braham, which go support him also, laid over where Aladdin's cave is. You guys see it?
Yes.
Those 5 dots are the Muyan sensors. So that's what we go by as far as scaling this. So he scales these overlays by the 5 Muyan sensors to put these things on top of Aladdin's cave. You got me?
Gotcha.
Now, I was always saying, and they put the camera down, if you remember, it says, well, it looks like there's a current down there. Well, yeah. Water's moving. So if water's moving, I always go back to what they always said on the solution channel. So they say the solution channel is about 179 feet to 207. And this was down, what, 150 feet. But I think that 180, so it'd be like 30-foot difference. I think because of all the years and decades the money pit's been built up, sunk down, and everything else, I think they're very close to the solution channel and the Halifax tunnel. So I wish they would go back and get the Halifax tunnel design and just see how far it goes, because it might be the Halifax tunnel that extends underneath the garden shaft. I know they say, well, this is not on the sheets, this is not on any surveys, but it could be an extension of where the Halifax tunnel collapsed and stopped, and then they continued after. Other researchers, I don't know. So that sort of got me a little crazy on when they said, there's a current under here.
John, it's really something to think about, and I hope they're listening, and we'll do that.
So here's the overlay. Michael Braham, I thank him so much from Dot to Dot. I found this solution channel that Gordon Fader had in the archives of the Quest of Oak Island. Now, can you guys see that in my numbers?
Yes.
I got the numbers in green. You see to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and I put number 5 right in the middle. Those are the Muon sensors. All right.
Okay, gotcha.
Now down from the sensor of number 3 on the bottom there, that's where Aladdin's cave is. You guys see what I'm seeing?
Okay, yes, found it.
Yep. And now this solution channel just doesn't stay in this one section and just circle around. Do the extension of the big red lines that the solution channel is at 179 to 200 feet. That might be even closer to the Aladdin's tunnel, and extend them red lines. It seems it's going to the right towards the words the Bermuda Triangle into cursed waters. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if they got moving water under there. Hello, David. Thanks for coming in. I think it's from the solution channel. And also what Daniel suggested that also that it could be also the tunnel would be the Halifax tunnel. Because I remember old pictures that the guys, so a couple of guys were standing in the Halifax tunnel. You remember that picture? I couldn't find it.
I think I do, yes.
Now, the minute I saw the two guys standing in the tunnel, I went right back to when they says, well, this tunnel's 7 feet tall, or this tunnel's 6 feet tall. Well, the
Right.
Halifax tunnel, there's a picture of two guys standing in a tunnel, before it collapsed or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what brought me back to the Halifax tunnel. So if we can get the Halifax tunnel scaled onto this solution channel to see just about where it is on their maps, which they have, and I don't know why they're not showing the Halifax tunnel. That could be part of the tunnel going under the garden shaft, or I might be all off. Hello, David.
Well, I think it should be looked into at least, John.
So that was my question on that. The solution channel moves around, but yet the elevations don't really jive. But you know how much elevations changed when they put that parking lot on top of the money pit and then filled it back up and put more fill on top of there when Vanessa brought the caissons and everything else. It's just unbelievable that they still can go by 179 to 200, but I don't know if that's good for 2023, those figures,
Right. Yes. It's hard to tell.
The only one that would know would be Steve Guptill. And he's as silent as a church mouse.
Oh boy, that doesn't help.
The Halifax tunnel runs right over Aladdin's cave. The tunnel is about 110 feet, and the cave is about 145. It's possible that these things could have dropped from the tunnel into this cave. So whatever they're working on Halifax tunnel, miners are in there dropping things, and then after this tunnel collapsed, it could have went into this Aladdin's cave. That's by Daniel, and I believe him.
That sounds really possible, especially since they thought they found a tool down there or saw one.
And I think that's where they were trying to do the long arm excavator that they teased us with that big 20 by 20 foot hole in the middle of, I was thinking looking for a flood tunnel or looking for Aladdin's cave. So, but it's not near Aladdin's cave where the long reach arm excavator was. It was more towards the cave in pit side. You know what I mean, Judy?
Right, yes. A little ways away.
Alrighty. That's what I got for that. So the solution channel, never forget. The Halifax tunnel, never forget. Even though they're in an area that they say it's all virgin ground, nobody knows nothing about that. I mean, I believe them, but I like to see things in diagrams, Judy.
Yes, John, you do. And maps.
Yep, yep. All right, Judy, you getting ready?
I am.
All righty, we got a lot to go through. Don't forget hashtag hat to win a hat tonight. Put it in chat. Let StreamYard use your photo and name. Otherwise, if you just do it on Facebook, you won't get in. All right, let me get Judy's pictures up there. Hello, Dee Dee. Thank you so much, Dee Dee. Unbelievable.
Thank you, Dee Dee.
All right, Judy, I'm going to get you up online here. All right, Judy, when you're ready, we're ready. Thank you so much, Judy, for what you do for us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, guys, we got season 11, episode 7, The Great Flood. It's a new day of excitement in the Money Pit area as Marty and Rick arrive in the Dumas trailer for a meeting with Roger. Roger shows them on a wall map that there is water coming into the garden shaft through one wall. Roger points out that so far the water has not damaged the shaft, but they need to fix it right away. Rick and Marty suit up to go down into the shaft with Roger to take a look for themselves. Standing 87 feet down in the shaft with water pouring in the wall on their right, Roger explains they will drill 8 holes in the wall in which the water is flowing, then fill them all with urethane, or what we call expanding foam, as it is everyone's hope that when they reach the depth of the tunnel, they believe it's just a few feet below the bottom of the shaft, Dumas will be able to drill sideways into the tunnel. Marty declares, "Let's get at it." Later that morning, the team meets in the war room with Ian Spooner and his team to get the results of the fluorescent spectrometer testing of the water in all the boreholes they have drilled around the garden shaft. All the wells show signs of organic material, and especially interesting is the wood, as it would be in the ground that wouldn't be in the ground that deep naturally. One hole, L16, very clearly shows a large void beneath it. Could this be Marty's Aladdin's cave? L16 shows high samples of organic material, and the team knows of no human activity at this depth before. So how did the wood get there? Ian wonders if there is a tunnel here leading in and out of the cavity. Scott suggests they drilled a new borehole at the opposite end of the cavity to see what's on that side. First, they will take another look down into Aladdin's cave. Later that afternoon in the Money Pit area, the team is drilling new borehole KL 14.5, just 10 feet northwest of hole L16. A core from 83 feet down hits the table, and they find solid, tight clay that Terry says is good for tunneling. they will go deeper. Meanwhile, in the interpretive center, Carmen has arrived to examine 2 of the artifacts found on Lot 5 near the circular structure. The first item, Carmen says, is what he calls a scupper nail, used to hold down decking like on a ship. The spike would sit below the decking and is from the early 1600s to 1700s, and also has been exposed to salt water. The second item is the handle off of a ladle that Carmen points out dates before the building of the money pit. Peter reminds everyone that these artifacts date to the same time as the William Phipps artifacts. The following morning at the money pit, the team continues the drilling of new borehole KL 14.5, and as a 142.5 foot, they hit a void that falls to about 153 feet down. They decide to take a look inside the void, so Paul lowers the high definition camera, and at 142 feet, they come into the void, and on a ledge of a side wall, they see what looks like a square-headed bolt. They need Gary to do some metal detecting. Steve points out there is definitely a current in the void, so they need to map the cavity with the sonar, which they will do in a few days. 1/2 mile to the left, the archaeology team is digging in a circular structure, hopefully to find out how extensive and how old the structure is. While sifting the spoils, Helen and Jack find a square nail that will go to the CT scanner. Jamie then digs up a piece of strap that Helen says looks like a part of a strap hinge for a door. Jamie also finds a large nail. Both artifacts will go to the lab. The following morning brings a heavy tropical storm to southern Nova Scotia, thus to Oak Island. There are power outages, flooding, and homes have been pushed off their foundations. 1 day later, in the money pit area, Marty and Rick arrive at the garden shaft, where Roger informs them they have 30 feet of standing water in the shaft. They know the water has been driven in by the storm, but how? It couldn't have all gotten in from the top opening, so it had to have entered from the bottom. Marty reminds them the original flood tunnel was 90 feet down. They are 87 feet down. Could they have hit it? Roger is worried that more voids could be behind the walls, so he will bring in the engineers to examine the shaft before they move forward. Last year, it was bone dry in this area. Have they hit the same booby trap found by the Oslo Company in the 1800s? Will they finally find Marty's offset chamber? Join us in 2 weeks to get the answers. And in the meantime, whatever you may be celebrating in your home next week, may it be filled with family, friends, and love. May there be food on your table. I send you all my love, and I want you to stay safe, please, Questers.
Thank you so much, Judy. Very, very good.
Thank you, John.
I want to thank Sideways24 for that great Merry Christmas gift to the channel. I want to thank him so much. Unbelievable. Judy, you're doing a fantastic job for the whole year. And you still got the job in 2024.
good. I might cry if I didn't.
Her synopsis will be in our Facebook group, West of Oak Island, for everybody to read. And also, it'll be in an audio form. I forgot the lady's name, Madison from the UK, on Patreon. So there you go for the Hear It on audio. And Judy likes Madison's voice, and I think that's something different to do, Judy.
It is, and her voice is much better than mine anyway.
Alexa, thanks, Judy. Oh, Daniel.
Our professor is on tonight, let me tell you.
Yep, fantastic, Judy, fantastic. And I just wanted to say a couple of things before we go into the screenshots we have. When they're saying, well, how does the wood get into this cavern? Like we said, the Halifax tunnel above, maybe things fell through as everything collapsed. The organic material, they say nothing ever reached the Aladdin's cave. What do you mean? You know how many drill holes that the money pit area has had, Judy?
I know there's a lot.
And they covered that area fully, even with the sonar, even with the little blast that they got the ship anomaly in the swamp. That place was covered. That is Swiss cheese, like Daniel says. And I can't believe this Aladdin's cave, this big cave here, had not shown up when they did that big overall coverage of the voids when they did the swamp. You know, Judy?
I agree, John. I've thought about that a lot since last night. They've done so much testing. Why has it not shown up before?
Right. And if it's only 142 feet down, those sensors had to pick this up. Why we're looking at it now, I have no idea. Or was it just formed now within 11 years from the water in the limestone making natural voids? You know what I mean, guys?
That's a thought, John, because I've wondered that too, if it could have been formed since then.
Right. And then if they got a piece of wood or whatever down there and it's full of salt water, well, you know it's coming from the ocean. You know what I mean, guys? I mean, it's not spring, it's salt water that's coming up. So, I don't know. But the amount of holes alone, I'm surprised when they don't go in these caverns and the whole top, you see holes all over the place. You know what I mean?
Right. It's amazing to me that they don't see them.
And they say, well, the roof's caved in. I say when they're filling up these 500 holes again, these 6-inch holes, they're not putting styrofoam in there. They're putting backfill in there. And I told them before, get like plastic marbles or whatever, all different colors, put them down the hole and see which way the water's going. Put your camera down there, but on the side, you know, have something that drops something colorful, not a dye. I'm talking, you know, maybe plastic golf balls or something. I mean, they'll try to rise, but at least you'll see direction in a flow with some kind of colored marbles or some kind of colored, maybe marbles are too heavy, Judy, but something maybe plastic that doesn't rise too much, but will show a direction of which way it's going in there. How's that idea?
I think it's a good idea. It certainly would help to know
Right.
which way it's going.
Get away from the dye, because the dye, you have to wait to see where it's coming out. You want to see it instant. So when you drill down, you put the camera in there, a bag of marbles or, you know, light marbles or whatever, different colors. So you know on this hole, we put orange things in this one. This other hole, we put red things in this one. This other hole, we put pink things in this one. So when you're drilling a hole and you see this massive difference of all different colors, you can determine where it came from. Is that too hard?
No, I think that's very easy. And that would be interesting to see for sure.
Right. So when they're saying the organic material, I'm saying a collapsed tunnel, possibly. The solution channel, that's why I brought that up. They said, well, how can it get in this cavern? There might be an entrance, there might be an exit. I don't know. It's still pointing to me as a natural tunnel, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it very well could be, John. Hopefully, we'll find out one way or the other.
Yep, but just these are the things that go in my head, and if it goes in my head and I don't have a dime invested, it's like, well, why don't they think of these things? You know what I mean? Not die, but something that you can follow as you drop it. You know what I mean? Not drop it and come back next year. So let's get into the screenshots, and we'll go from there, guys. Again, I want to thank Sideways for being so generous today. I thank him so much.
Hopefully, you've given them something to think about, John.
We started out at the Money Pit to go see Roger. Like Judy said, it's a new day of excitement. It's heavy, and that moved from H8, what did they say, 20 feet away, I guess.
Yes, it was.
We're still looking for the hit Gary got on the bottom of the garden shaft that they scooped out yet. We haven't heard a peep on that, guys. So throw that one away, I guess.
Right.
They're going down into the shaft. And there it is. He's showing, I think it was 60 feet. At 60 feet, that's where the water was coming in. When they got down to 87 feet. Now, when was that stone, that 90-foot stone, supposedly, if there was ever a stone? What was that? What was that footage? 90 feet, guys. They took the stone out and the flood tunnels came in. So now 87 feet, but now we got a storm. And seems awful coincidental, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? There's something right there around that 90 feet.
Of course, they got to talk about the baby blob, only because the gold and silver and other metals came in high on this end. We haven't heard about the Templars in 2 weeks, so I'm ready for a big swath of Templar stuff. I'm getting tired of Williams Phipps, but I'd rather hear about the Templars. How about you guys?
Oh, you know I'm a Templar fan.
And it's between the depths of 80 and 120. That's the sweet spot. You see that big air hose on the top, that big yellow collapsible air hose. And then right next to it, if you can see that maroon pump hose that's continually pumping. If you guys can see that, can you see it?
Yes, John, very clearly.
So this is where he's pointing. I mean, the screenshot came out fuzzy, but that's where he's pointing at the 60-foot depth where the water's coming in. And then showing on the side where it comes along the side. But I thought when we talked to Brian yesterday, I hope everybody liked Brian's podcast, they said there was a membrane around it with clay, and they came back on this show, said it was like a styrofoam, like I was saying, the sprayed styrofoam that's waterproof. So I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You know what I'm saying, Judy? That sprayed foam,
right,
that expands,
right,
and is waterproof. But Brian says there's a fabric that goes around the outside, and with the clay, it seals it. But obviously, it's not working. Whatever they're using, you know what I mean?
Right. Obviously, right now it sure isn't. So there must be some pressure there.
Yep. Plus, with the storm, and it rained all summer here, and it rained all summer there.
Right, it did. Now, that was a bad storm they got.
I think they said they got 10 inches of water that storm, but yet
Yes.
it filled the garden shaft 30 feet. 10 inches don't fill 30 feet. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. So it's coming in from somewhere else.
Scott says we need some Flex Seal. I hear you. That would be a good product placement for that. It stops your boat. You can seal your boat and no problem. Go boating with Flex Seal.
Right on, but I don't think I will.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they're saying, this fast setting urethane, which they spray behind it, and it just expands and seals it. Expanding foam. See? So
yes, same thing, right?
Yep. So right now we're at the 87-foot level from the top, only 3 feet away from the 90-foot water trap. Well, they said it's the curse is right there with the water, the flood tunnel. Who knows?
Well, I will say they're brave to go down there considering it is leaking.
Yep. It's a tunnel we didn't know anything about. And guys, I watched this stuff with a real close eye. Now, if you guys re-see last night's program, maybe it's me, but I think Rick was crying in the tunnel.
Oh.
If you watch this program, I don't know what he was talking about. I tried to catch it before I came on, but I think he broke down and was starting to cry again. See if you guys can see it.
Yes, I'll watch it again for sure.
He gets so emotional.
He does.
So this is where they're going to drill 40 feet to the side, and all of a sudden, we got a promo for in 2 weeks that they did hit another void, but they call it the offset chamber. Any void off the side of this thing is going to be called an offset chamber. It's not going to be called a natural cave, a natural void, a natural anomaly. Even when they put the camera in there, it's going to be called what, Judy?
An offset chamber. And I have to admit, I hope for Marty's sake it is one.
Yeah. I'd cry too if they keep on watching and looking at empty holes all the time. I'd be crying my eyes out.
Really? It's got to get discouraging.
Oh, God. He'll be on medication shortly. Oh, God. So there's a nice overhead shot where our choice drilling drill is, around near the anomaly. Now we got the update in the water in the war room. From Matt and Dr. Spooner. I'm still looking for that dump load full of treasure. And now I'm looking for a 7-foot solid gold menorah.
Right, John. There's got to be something there for sure.
And these guys are, there's minerals in the water, gold in the water, silver in the water. That's not natural. So we're going to hold these guys' feet to the fire, Judy, because they're saying it's not natural at all. It's a higher level than natural. It's coming off a source. Okay, guys, let's go get it.
Yeah, show us the proof, right?
Yep. And that's why I went to the solution channel or tunnels above this cave that's been introduced. 500 boreholes that had PVC pipes in them that were not plugged. All kinds of fill that are in all these 6-inch pre-drilled PVC pipes that are refilled with fill. Obviously, if we refill in 500 holes with fill, you know there's going to be organic material in the pile of fill when you're filling up all these holes. That's all I'm saying, guys. What do you think?
Gotcha, John. See what you're saying. Hadn't thought about that angle, but I think you're right.
And all these caissons with Vanessa, they fill them all back up with a recognizable fill, so they know item 4, item 3 fill, and they're always contaminated with all kinds of stuff. So if you're dumping all this new fill in all these 6-inch holes, 500, 800 of them, 25 caissons, of course it's going to go down to the Swiss cheese. You know what I mean, guys?
Right, John. It's got to.
That's part of my civil engineering coming through. But Steve has the chart and the GPS of all those holes they did, and he knows if they went through that area. You know what I mean?
Right. It would be great to see that, wouldn't it?
So that's why when I saw this, I said, well, how would organic material get back down in there? How would wood get back down in there? From 228 years of drilling holes, that's how it got down in there.
Right. And yeah, Scott just said, plus all the old holes from years ago.
Plus the solution channel moving everything around. What do they think? They forgot it? That we know this information? And they're saying that garden shaft is 60 feet away from Aladdin's cave. And that's how big it is. And they're telling me they never drilled any holes over this area for 228 years. That's all virgin. It's only 146 feet. And I'm pretty sure they all drilled down to bedrock, Judy.
Right. I'm sure.
If you go back to seasons, whatever it is, when they started drilling all these holes to do the sonic drilling and to drill all the holes from that thing called Canada, that they had explosions every 2 feet, every 4 feet. They did the whole island. That's where your information should be. And connected to this information with the Muyan. You got Muyan, holy Muyan, and you got the Canada information. Does it match? Does it not match? I can't do that, overlays and stuff like that, but they got the information to tell us.
Right. And it would be good to hear it. Daniel says in the upper left is a chapel and hidden shafts. So there's 2 holes right there.
You got it. A couple of pictures of what we saw. Yes, Robot, that Gold River, we had the drone fly from Gold River right to Oak Island. You can see it in my past videos. For as long as the river's been running, has been running past Oak Island. So that Swiss cheese island's going to catch something once in a while, Robot? And then when Dr. Spooner says there's no natural way wood would get in that environment. I just gave you 4 different ways it could get in there. Do I make sense, guys, or am I going way off the beam here?
No, I certainly think you're making sense and giving us all something to think about.
I mean, why would he even say this as being a professional person in this direction? You know what I mean?
Because they're looking at it, I think that humans would have to put it down there, and to their knowledge, no humans have been there.
May contain man-made workings. Okay. Sempre avanti. I like these words. Let's keep moving forward.
Yes,
I like that one, Rick.
it's a good one. His mother taught him well.
And here's Charles. I don't like this beard on Charles for some reason.
It changes him greatly.
If he wants to look younger, shave that beard.
I agree.
Maybe it's too cold for him up there, but that beard's not going to make you any warmer. Going to the pub and Anchor, having a couple of cocktails with Tony Sampson will make you warmer, but growing a beard, no go. So here we are in KL 14.5. There's the location, just to give you a ballpark figure of where we're at. You see next to the Guy Hart water truck, you see that one caisson, that C1. We have no idea where Gary was, Christopher. Neil says, I thought of you, John, when he quoted that. I know, it just don't make any sense to me, but what do I know? And there's where they're showing the heading shaft and the chapel shaft. And that's where they're drilling. So if them squares are 5 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet away from the heading shaft and the chapel shaft for debris to get in there. You know what I mean, guys?
Yes. It certainly would be possible.
Mm-hmm. Here's our main man, Carmen Lake.
Ah, yes. Our Carmen.
All righty. What we're going to show now is from Daniel Spino and Charlotte Wheatley's blog, Black House blog, the Oak Island Compendium, that I wish everybody signs up for. He does interviews, text-wise. He does a lot of things that I don't do. And take a look. There's also a lot of links on books he recommends and where you can buy them. He's just as fussy as me, is maybe more fussier than me. So that's why I love the guy. So go help them out over there. And any kind of books, recommendation books, you go there. And this is about a 5-minute 41 video with our buddy Raymond. Judy, so once this playing, we got to be silent and let me know how the video's coming out, if you can hear it and if you can see it. All right, guys? Are you ready, Judy?
Ready, John.
All right, here we go.
Season 11, Episode 7, The Great Flood Artifact Analysis. In last night's episode, The Great Flood, blacksmith Carmen Legger visits the Interpretive Center to give his opinion on a couple of recent finds from Lot 5. First, Carmen examined the rose head spike nail that was found at the circular depression area and excavation site. Carmen stated that he believes it is a handmade spike that was used to hold down decking on a ship. He called it a scupper nail. He said it was as early as the 16th century. Carmen explained that these nails would be repurposed and used on other ships. Carmen then examined the other artifact that was found at the same location on Lot 5. This piece was thought to be a handle to a tool. Carmen stated that he believes it is a handle to a ladle. This ladle could have been for domestic use, but it could have also been for shipbuilding. It would have been used to pour pine tar in the making of ships. Carmen believes that these artifacts are related to the shipbuilding industry. Emma Culligan mentioned that the spike nail had chlorine in its composition, and Craig Tester said that was from salt water. This chemical analysis also suggests shipbuilding or ship repair activity. The scene shifted to the Lot 5 excavation area, where Jack Begley and the other archaeologists were working at the circular depression area. Archaeologist Helen Sheldon remarked that they have been finding pipe stems in the excavation, which would indicate multiple people at the site. She also said that there has been a lack of nails that have been found which may suggest that the site was home to a log cabin. Coincidentally, Jack discovers another rose head spike nail while sifting. Archaeologist Jamie Cooper then discovers what they believe is a strap hinge. These, along with some of the other artifacts discovered at the site, suggest shipbuilding activity. As Carmen Legg mentioned, these spikes nails were reused several times, so that could explain why a large number haven't been concentrated in one area at the worksite. How could shipbuilding activity have happened on Lot 5? We don't have to look any farther than the first lot owner of Lot 5, Timothy Lynch, to get a clearer picture. Timothy Lynch was born in 1735 in Ireland and emigrated to Halifax, Nova Scotia. He married Bridget Bulkley on September 29, 1761 in Halifax. Bridget died March 1, 1763, after a little over a year of marriage. Lynch remarried Mary Steele on February 1, 1764 in Falmouth, Nova Scotia. Steele's family was from Jersey and came to Massachusetts initially, then to Halifax with the New England planters. Lynch moved to Falmouth from Halifax and took Mary with him and were married there. It is noted that Mary's father, Joseph, purchased land in Falmouth after their marriage. The couple had 9 children, all born in Chester, Nova Scotia. Mary Lynch, born 1768 to 1809, Edward Lynch, born 1770 to 1824, Sarah Lynch, born 1773 to 1774, John Lynch, born 1775 to 1807, Daniel Lynch, born 1777 to 1811, Sarah Lynch, born 1779, Susanna Lynch, born 1781 to 1825, James Lynch, born 1786, and Catherine Lynch, born 1788. The Lynch family moved from Falmouth to Chester, Nova Scotia, around 1765. Timothy Lynch drew for Lot 5 and then purchased Lot 19 on Oak Island from Edward Smith for £5 sterling on March 8, 1768. Both men lived in Chester. Caspar Vollenhaupt of Lunenburg owned the neighbouring Lot 18, site of the Money Pit. It has been suggested that Vollenhaupt had a shipbuilding operation going on at Oak Island, but there's never been any evidence to corroborate this claim. It appears that may be changing. Timothy Lynch is listed as a ship's carpenter at the age of 56 on the 1791 poll tax for Chester, and his son Edward was listed as a ship's master at the age of 21. In some records, Lynch is also listed as a blacksmith. Lynch owned Lot 5 for an unspecified period of time, then sold both Lot 5 and Lot 19 to Robert Melvin, that was recorded in 1784. It should be noted that Lynch also owned many properties and incurred a lot of debt. He was taken to court many times over unpaid debt and defaulted on many mortgages. He was dealing with many of the other Oak Island lot owners, but also with others from Halifax and Lunenburg. Timothy Lynch died March 28, 1796 in Chester. Interestingly, Captain James Anderson also died in 1796 in Jamaica in what appears to have been smuggling, privateering activity. Lynch's son Daniel married Anderson's daughter Eunice. What exactly was Lynch up to? This is developing research, and Compendium Investigations will update you on our ongoing investigation into Timothy Lynch. It appears he was involved in some enterprise that involved Oak Island. Compendium Investigations suspects that it is related to smuggling and will share our findings with you soon. Please visit http://www.theoakislandcompendium.com for the entire article and more information. Good day from the Compendium. Daniel Spino and Charlotte Wheatley with John Stemmer and the Quest family. Wish you all a great celebration with your family next week and a fantastic new year in 2024. Thank you for your support.
Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable.
It is, John. We just compliment each other, all of us, don't we?
Unbelievable. Timothy Lynch, Lot 5 owner, at 56, a ship's carpenter. His son, a master ship's carpenter, and a blacksmith. I'm pretty sure on one of the maps that Fred Nolan had, or somebody had, Daniel, there was a blacksmith shop on the back end of the swamp. I'm trying to think of it, but I can't think of it right now. And I just love this, Daniel, as much as I love the blockhouse building that's on the 13-foot circle. That's larger, but there's no nails, but maybe, the tongue and groove type of buildings that they used to do, like Lincoln logs, Judy, and wooden pegs, well, there wouldn't be any nails, that many nails. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly, John. Yeah, nails weren't used in the beginning.
Right. And I'm going, well, but if it was the British, they would use some kind of metal fasteners and maybe repurposed everything like the old timers did. They always repurposed everything. But
Yes, always.
I thought this was very, very important. Daniel and Charlotte on this lot 5 with this Timothy Lynch as a ship's carpenter. Uh, who knows what they had going on that island there? You know, Judy?
Yes, John, it's hard to tell. You know, maybe they were right there on lot 5 and they were making parts for ships or fixing parts for ships. It's hard to say.
And we're getting more and more questions after 11 years, going on 12 years. I want more answers. So we'll have to see what Daniel and Charlotte come up with and just go from there. And this is the handmade spike. Carmen dates it early 1600s to 1700s. Also, this is the situation here with the high trace evidence of gold and silver. Daniel says, it would explain the shipbuilding related artifacts. Definitely. You already had projects he brought home. If it wasn't shipbuilding on the island, when he went to the mainland, he brought things over. Like you would bring things over from work. Well, I'll finish it at home at my workshop. You know what I mean? You got your separate shop at your house. You know what I mean?
Right. Lots of guys do that.
Yep. A lot of builders would have their own, I don't know what kind of machines they had, but their own tools, their own thing to do at their house, you know, after they left another place. But I think they did it just on Oak Island, in the swamp area where the wharfs are. When the tide came in, then the tide went out. The ship goes in, the ship goes out. So that's still in my mind, guys.
I think Oak Island was a very busy place with a lot of different people.
Yep. Don't forget, guys, put in that hashtag hat for our hat drawing that's coming up very shortly. For the last hat drawing in 2023, our last live podcast for 2023. I'll see you January 2nd on the pre-show. We'll do some pre-show screenshots to hold you over for 2 weeks. And I'll be posting in between pop-up YouTube shorts and videos, whatever I get. So hit that notification bell on YouTube to see when I'm posting. Like the channel. Please subscribe if you can. Please support if you can. I thank you so much. Okay, now they're putting the camera down. The Spectrum 120. Down the pipe we go, guys. I guess this is where they're going to try to see the top of a bolt, I guess. That's what it was. Or is it? I don't know. I couldn't see it. That's how far Steve is away from the camera setup. They're underneath the black tent. There's the first picture. So I'm looking around. Oh, okay. They see the currents moving. They see right there, it looks like a bolt. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
They would have to actually bring it up and let me see it before I can't believe that that's what it is. But there's always a chance.
Yep, I don't really see a bolt, but then whatever. So I take the screenshots anyways, just to take a look around, Judy.
Yes, John, good idea.
All exclaiming. There's Marty's look. Look at his look. You know, it's like the alien believers and the Bigfoot believers. We never get a clear shot. It's always fuzzy. It's foggy, and then they just move on. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah, he looks I don't know if he looks perplexed or not.
There's a bunch of rocks that could have came from the ceiling as they're drilling many holes. So what I'm looking for is a perfect 6-inch drill hole, or I'm looking for a perfect 8-inch drill hole that maybe came through the top and hit the bottom. You know what I mean, guys? So that's what I'm looking for, and I don't see any of that.
No, don't.
So if they
Cindy says that the bolt looks like a caterpillar.
I don't know. I don't even see that.
And she's right, it does.
There definitely is a current down there. Yep, I gave you a couple of things that why there is a current down there. I guess they're showing the current. And don't forget, guys, when you're watching this monitor, like some people see a square thing, some people don't. That's a reflection of the camera behind the computer screen, filming the action. So you see like a little orange up on the left, and you'll see a little green slot above my head over here.
Yes.
Those are reflections from the camera taking the camera picture to show us the show. So you got to sort of black that out because you'll get a reflection from the video camera they're taping the show into the monitor. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Gotcha. Yes, I wondered what that was.
So
Thank you.
people say, like, what's the square thing on the bottom? Well, that could be the outline of the monitor. You know what I mean?
It could be, yes.
This is about the clearest picture I got of whatever's going on down there. Again, I was looking for holes. And then the one rock on the bottom right above History Channel, I thought it was a skull with a nose and a very skinny chin with the mouth open. But that's me because I'm all burnt out from Oak Island.
It wouldn't be hard to imagine it, though.
You know, look at that bottom rock. 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth that's open with a very skinny chin, long chin. I'm going, oh,
yes.
Boy, do I need a glass of wine now. Just some screenshots. Like I say, I look for the 6-inch holes. If they drill this to Swiss cheese, I didn't see any going through the bottom. So that's what I look for, Judy.
Yes. Good idea, John. I'll remember that and start doing it myself.
And then here's Jack back to the Lot 5 sifter. And this is where that machine showed it was a lot bigger than the 13-foot circle, which I love. Daniel and Charlotte's research that it could have been a blockhouse looking out to the bay, which makes sense to me.
It does. It does. It's excellent.
Kinds of looks like a strap, a metal fastener through it. On Lot 5, rosehead spike, just a couple. Then they mentioned the storm that came in up there. They got about 10 inches of rain. Flooded out. What the hell is going on here, Roger? There's Marty. There's Roger. Dumas. It's unbelievable the damage from that storm. Yep. Yep, Daniel. It's got to tell the story, I guess. Gives us the dates and the story. I don't know if we're going to dust off some gold, but we'll see. Up to 30 feet of water built up in the shaft. Oh boy, Lordy 40. Then the last question is this. Is that deep enough to be the flood tunnel? Da da da, da da da, da da da. How'd you like that sound effects?
Very good, John. Very good. Well, if it is a flood tunnel, I hope they find that it is, because we've been looking for one for, what now, 11, 12 years.
Yep, and Scott says, well, Jack's the leader for Lot 5. Yep, he's been there a lot sifting. Like I said earlier, I need him to grade about a pound of cheese for me. All right, let's see here. All righty. All righty, guys. Last chance to put hashtag HAT, H-A-T. We're going to do the hat drawing. Send your information to Quest of Oak Island at AOL.com. If you're international, I need your phone number. It only stays with me because stamps.com will not mail it without a phone number. I guess international, they call you before they mail your package. I have no idea. You're welcome, Gary. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to put in hashtag hat. If you have not won one, we'll do that. And I got some promos for the next 2 weeks to show after the hat, Judy. So we're not going to leave right away. We're going to show some promos from last night that we're showing for January 2nd. And then we'll get out of here. Okay, Judy?
Sounds good, John. And good luck, everybody. I hope you win.
We got 14 entries. Let me get it set up, guys. There we be. 14 it is. And that's it, Judy. 14. Here we go. You guys ready?
We're ready.
3, 2, 1. Robot is the winner. There you go.
Congratulations, Robot. And we want a picture, please.
Yep. It's coming in from the sides, Robot. Not the top. It's leaking in 60 feet down. And the Robot is the winner. There's the Robot. Robot, let me know in Quest of Oak Island at AOL.com. If you're international, I'm going to need your phone number, and I'll get it out to you probably tomorrow if you send me the information tonight. All right, let's do a little tease. I'm going to use up all my screenshots for my pre-show, Judy, but I guess I do that all the time, don't I?
Yeah, you do. You just can't keep them to yourself. That's okay. We'll watch them again.
Yeah. All right. Now, where they find these things, I'm sort of confused because there was 2 promos showing us some swamp stuff, showing us some lot stuff. So your guess is as good as mine. This looks like a button. I don't think it's a coin. What do you guys think?
It looks too thick for a coin, I think.
I think I see something in the middle of the coin or button, like a design. This will be shown on January 2nd in the new year of 2024. Robot won the last hat for 2023. And this is the last live podcast for 2023. The next time I see you is pre-show, January 2nd, 2024, on a Tuesday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Then they show this coin, or disc, or whatever you want to call it. They got to keep us hooked, so they got to show us something, Judy, to hold us for 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, they'll leave us hanging.
And this notched out piece of wood looks like a part of maybe a ship that held ropes on each side because of those grooves. That's probably swamp action, because we did get back into the swamp, Judy, after all the rain stopped, and they pumped out the swamp about 3 times, because Muyan Osprey showed us that in the drone videos. So it's all guesstimation to me. What do you guys think?
Yes, it is. And I since they went to the trouble of emptying that swamp for 3 to 5 times this year, I hope they find something.
This is what they're showing us right now. Then I'm sort of surprised that they showed this. A big chain and hook, obviously from the swamp. Did you guys ever see this before they put this on the promo? Or did I miss it? Or this is something new, right?
Yeah, it is. I've not seen it before, John.
And I always look on the label. I think it says Swamp Lot 32. I don't know.
Daniel says it's new.
All right. Thank you, Daniel. A lot of hauling. They'll say, you know what it hauled? It hauled treasure chests. It didn't haul grain or whiskey. They pulled treasure chests with this.
Right on, John. Put them down there and brought them back up.
It's William Phipps's chain that he wore around his neck when he was bringing some silver coins to Oak Island. I hear you, Daniel. And here they are at the swamp. Obviously, they found this in the swamp. When an oxen wears something like this to hold up that big wooden bar that goes over the oxen's shoulders to pull a wagon, you know what I mean?
Yes, I get what you're saying, but I honestly don't know.
So, but Daniel will be searching this out. You know what I mean? He's already pumping up these artifacts already, you know what I mean?
I hope so.
Yep. He'll let me know, and then I'll give it to Raymond, and then we'll know.
Okay, good.
I couldn't really see that good on this coin or button. So whatever you guys can find, you got 2 weeks. I know, Daniel. I know you're on it. Don't slow down on me with all the lasagna you eat this weekend coming up. Keep that pace up. And they said the closer they get, then I guess they're looking at this hole, and I think it's at the bottom of the garden shaft. Don't quote me on this. I'm just guesstimating, because he's got the orange jacket on and the gloves. You know what I mean, Judy?
Right. That's what it looks like, John.
So there's Kathy's hook. Kathy gives us the hook all year long, that the show's pulling us along on the hook. So Kathy, there's the regular natural hook that we got from the show.
See, they really do have us hooked.
You got it. I already showed that one, right? No, what did I do? Do a double? There's the chain again. And then they're back down into the garden shaft. And then this is wood they found at the swamp. That layer of wood you see there, just below the rocks, You'll see the horizontal striations of real old wood there. This,
Yes,
yep,
very clearly.
this is in the swamp. So we'll find out about that. Back to lot 5. And this is the shot what they did 40 feet off of the garden shaft. This could be an offset chamber. There it is, guys. Take your screenshots. See what you can see. I don't see no water, but that's what they're showing on our promos for January 2nd. I don't think they're going to show this all on January 2nd. I think they're pulling our leg and maybe show one of these items and then stretch it out for a couple of episodes. You know what I mean, Judy?
Right, John. Yeah, they're just trying to show us what's ahead, so we'll keep coming.
Yep. The greater the pressure, the offset chamber. Not a void, not an anomaly. This could be the offset chamber. Unbelievable, guys.
I still find it hard to believe there isn't water in there.
Well, if they got them pumps running, more than goes in that goes out, it'll be dry. You know what I mean?
That's true, yes.
Well, guys, that's all I got for tonight on our last podcast for 2023. If Judy, you want to say your goodbyes, and then I'll finish up and call it quits for this year. Thank you, Judy.
So, okay, thank you. Hey, everybody. It has been a good year. I've enjoyed it immensely. I am so proud and happy to be part of this Quest family. And I wish for all of you all over the world this coming week, no matter what you're celebrating, I pray that your homes are filled with family, friends, and love, and that there is food on all your tables. And I will see you in January. Stay safe, everybody. I love you much. Same to you, John.
Okay, thank you so much, Judy.
Bye-bye.
Yep, bye-bye. Take care. And Cindy says, everybody says that. Thank you so much. A lot of fish, Sydney. Stuffed calamari, ham, lasagna, shrimp, wine, all the good stuff. So like I said, guys, you guys were the best in 2023, and you guys will be the best in 2024. For making this podcast the top, we only give you the best that I know how to do. I'm not no professional or anything like that. I just the middleman. I pass on information for you to believe or not. But we try to do it in a very professional way. And that's how I have done this podcast and all my groups around the world. I thank everybody around the world, and their support is tremendous. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. But what do I tell you guys all the time? You guys should say it with me. Remember, members, always go forward. You may get a setback in your life, but just believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams, no matter how old you are, for tomorrow's a never given. Never. With this crazy world we live in, it's whacked out to the max. So as my friend Jan says, you keep smiling. You never know what that other person's coming through. Put that smile on. Stay safe. You stay strong. And you stay positive as much as you can, physically wise and mentally. Be yourself. I want to thank you for joining me and Judy tonight. You guys have the best holiday weekend that's coming up, and a real safe holiday, and a happy new year from me personally and from our Quest crew. I thank you so much to be having you guys to have a successful group and YouTube and Facebook. I thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all you guys and each and every one of you. I see everybody's statements. I see everybody's posts. You guys are the best 70,000 people I ever would know. So with that said, take care. Thank you. And bye-bye.